Hey y'all, it's Nancy the Handy Scandy. Welcome back for another crafty venture. And today I bring you part 3 of my Halloween Crafty Stash share, where we're looking at papers of all sorts, all sizes, all textures, and dies galore. Brace yourself, this is a long one, but the next one is all stamps and then we're done. Okay guys, welcome back. It is time for part 3 of our Halloween Crafty Stash. And I'm really thinking it's going to be at least a 4-part video series. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and jump in. I'll put any details needed downstairs in the description box, including a link to Serena B Creative, who initiated this, if you will, and just asked that we tag her if we were to do our own video share. And I ask you guys the same thing. If you feel inspired to share your Halloween stash, make sure you tag me and then tag Serena B Creative as well, because I would love to see what you guys have too. So without further ado, we are going to jump on in. So I have some fun things from Whimsy Stamps. These are some of their quick card fronts. This one is the Little Warlocks set. I have a few of them left. If you guys don't follow Whimsical Witch, I think it's 57, Rebecca Tate, you need to follow her because she has made some amazing makes with these and the other card fronts as well this year. So there's fun card fronts that really, you don't need to do anything to them. You can, and I do, but you don't have to. But there's also sentiments in them as well. So this one, again, is the Little Warlocks. I'm going to set that one aside. This one is the Little Witches. And again, they come with the card fronts, as well as sentiments, black on orange and white on black, I believe. Oh, orange on black. But they're just the most adorable little images. And I often just put mine in a frame and set them out for decor because they're just beautiful like that. So then I also have some of these. These are the Misfits. This might be 2 different sets because I feel like, did I order 2 sets or this is all I have? So this is the whole set right here on the cover. I know I've used several and created framed art. So they also come with the sentiments, white on black, black on orange. He is one of my favorites. Who am I kidding? They're all my favorites. Some of them speak to me more than others. She's least of my favorites, but I still really like her. She's least because of the spiders, and I just, if you know me, you know. She's particularly creepy. Yeah. Okay, and those are, again, are the Misfits. And then there's also the Little Friends, and I've used some of these, so I don't have the whole set. But again, with the sentiments. So there's her, and there's that one. That's fun with the little library on the outside and the little gnome. Very cute. And I think they all have a critter of some sort in them. Maybe it's a cat, maybe it's otherwise, but they're very cute. So here's the gnome and the spider. Kitty, dragon, kitty. Oh, most of them have kitties. All right, so there's that. And then these are from a year or so ago. These are probably my favorites ever, to be honest. These are Grunge Ghosts. Again, with the sentiments. This is a background actually that I created out of scraps because I couldn't bear to waste them. I need to leave that out so I actually use it. That's one of the images. And that's one. And some of these I've cut down because I had them in frames. And then this is another background that I was building on. And I can still use it for something. It won't be a full card front. But I mean, I could tweak it to make it one. But that's all I have left, because I've used the others as framed art, and they are hanging in my house right now for Halloween decor. So then I have the toner fronts. So there's these. Oh, I have multiple packs of the same ones. So, yeah, I have 3 packs of those. And you know what? I have some of the slimline ones as well. But these are toner card fronts. I'm not sure how I ended up with so many packs of them, but there they are. And they're very fun. I've said before I have a love-hate relationship with foiling, and I did some cards probably this time last year with the foiling specific, because I was like, foiling will not foil me. So I use those in that regard. And then I also have these transfers. These are really fun. They're rub-ons, Halloween garlands. I've used a couple of them. They're very fun. So there's those. And then I've shared these in the past. These are from All in Create. They are Halloween ephemera by the artist Janet Klein. These are called Pumps and Skulls, SKULLZ. I'm not going to dump them out because there's a lot of them, but I will show you this. So that is everything that's included in that pack. And I've used quite a few of them because I've made several projects. But they're very, very fun. And if you are familiar with Janet Klein, you'll know her art. And if you're not familiar with Janet Klein and you love this art, you can familiarize yourself with her other makes, other designs through All in Create, but also on the Vera Lane Etsy page. So you just go to Etsy and type in Vera Lane, and her stuff will pop up there. I think that I showed these last time. These are the Tim Holtz ideology things. I feel certain that I shared them, so I won't go into detail about those. But I have several from several years past, and I love them and I use them regularly. I also have this pack of different sentiments. Some of them are Halloween, some of them are fall, some of them are just birthday. I just kind of have them all in here. But you can see I've even pulled some of the whimsy ones out and put them in here because I used all of the images from the other packs that these were specific to, I believe. All right, and then I have, we're going to look at 6x6 paper packs and or other sizes. So these are some things I picked up from Temu. There, and I won't go in huge detail because there's just a lot. Oh, that I need to keep those separate because those are Christmas. But they're all very dark. They're AI generated, so if you are not a fan of AI, you probably won't like these, but they're gorgeous. So there's that one. This one is called Mysterious Attraction. Oh, they're both Mysterious Attraction. I wonder if there's something different about them. Since it's not written in English, I don't know. I can't tell you. But the images are different. These are more apothecary cabinets. So, and again, I'm not going through them. If you would like me to do a flip through and slow it down a little bit, let me know. But for purposes of this video, just doing the Halloween stash reveal, I'm not going to do that. So there's some very, very beautiful imagery in here. And again, I need to leave things out so that I will use them, because they get put away and then I just forget. So there's that pack. Obviously it's several packs, but I have them stored in here just for space. And then this is kind of a multi-pack, if you will. This is Whimsy, and it's a variety of different papers. Some of them are back to back, some of them are not. And if you want a deeper dive into what these are, you can always go over to their store. Whimsy has a lot of Halloween products, and a lot of my stash is Whimsy, and you'll find that as we go. So some of them are creepier than others, some of them are really spooky, some of them are silly, some of them are a little more gothic and elegant, some of them are, well, they're just all different. We'll just say that. I like this grungy vibe, that vintage vibe. And then I think I have a couple packs of this one. This one is called Nevermore. And I'm just going to hold that up. Let me pull it out of the plastic so you can see it. So that's what all of the different papers look like. there's 30 single-sided sheets, 2 each of 15 designs. And I have multiples of these. I think this is just one pack in here. If I'm going too fast, remember that you can slow it down, and also you can just pause anytime you need to. So there is that. This is brand new from Whimsy. I just got this, and I didn't do it in a haul video. So I will flip through this one just because we haven't seen it together before. So again, 30 single-sided sheets, 2 each of 15 designs. So love that look. What is it? Alcohol ink. I've been having trouble with word finding today, so if I hesitate, fill in the blanks for me, okay? But I love that there's actual imagery in the alcohol ink designs. That's so fun. And look at that. Little ghosties in there, little pumpies in there. And then just the alcohol ink. They're beautiful. Look at that. That's super creepy. Super creepy. Yeah, and this is the first time I'm opening these, guys. They're so good. And of course, not just for Halloween, right? That little apothecary situation, the spider webs back in there. These again are AI generated, I believe, but still very cool. But I love the way that they've worked the actual imagery into the alcohol ink designs. Look how cool that is. Love it, love it, love it. The little lacy spider webs. So good. And I'll tell you again what this one is called. This one is brand new. This one is called Halloween Inks. Halloween Inks. All right, and then there's this one. This one is called Hocus Pocus. This is several years old, but lots of goodness in there. Now these are obviously smaller than the actual patterns. You guys have seen me use this one and this one, and I feel like there's one more, but I can't. I'm not placing it. It may have been one of these 3. But anyway, that's a fun one, and I believe it's still in the store. And again, it's called Hocus Pocus. 24 double-sided sheets, 2 of each. This one is called Buka. Those are all the different designs in this pack. 30 single-sided sheets, 2 each of 15 designs. Again, feel free to slow me down or pause. But we've got a lot to get through. Now these lend themselves to Halloween and or Christmas, to be honest. They're very prim, right? This is Prim Colonial America. This is Prim Homespun. Those are all the different patterns in there. Very earthy. And then this one is Prim Colonial America. It's kind of hard to tell when the patterns are smaller than what's really in there. It's hard to tell what you're seeing. It's like this is that one. This one, I can't even tell. Is it that one? I don't know. I can't even tell. Maybe it's that one. Nope, this is that one. This is that one. So yeah, again, I'm not going to slow it down too much. So if you want to see those in larger scale, they have videos over on their YouTube channel doing the reveals, and also you can go to their website and see them. This is another one that to me just lends itself to fall, maybe not so much Halloween, but definitely to fall. It's retro vibes, but those colors read fall to me all day. And especially if you want to do like a retro design with your fall cards, very, very fun. But I've used them in not retro ways. So again, it just depends on how you want to use them. This one is called Vintage Halloween. I think this might be my 3rd pack of this one. There's a lot. And again, when the images are so small, it's really hard. I like that they put them all there so you can see them, but it doesn't give you like true to life what you're really getting. So for instance, this one with the jackos is that, right? And you can't really tell that. And then this one with the kitties, the laughing cats. It's that one right there. So you get the idea though. You get the idea. You know how pattern papers work. So this is another of the Nevermore. So I'm not going to show that one. This one is Chilling Christmas, and I bring it out because it's a spooky one. It's a Christmas, but it's spooky. It's definitely for more of a creepmas or a gothmas than Christmas. So, yeah, again, AI generated, so you're going to find some weird things where things don't merge quite right. But they're very interesting and they're very fun. And if you enjoy that kind of thing, this might be the paper pad for you. It's called Chilling Christmas. It's a lot of fun, but it is weird. This one is called Haunted Houses, so you can see how ethereal that is. Again, AI generated, but still very cool. I'm not opposed to AI generated. I want real artists to get, you know, get the opportunity to create real work. But if it's an AI artist, that's still art to me, you know. This one again is called Haunted Houses, and there you can kind of pause and zoom in to see what all the different patterns look like, or different designs. 30 single-sided sheets, 2 each of 15 designs. There's a lot there. All right, this one is fall. It's called Pink Autumn. I want to say this one came out last year. And again, pause and zoom in. You can see all the different patterns. 15 different designs. They're beautiful. And I'm not one for pink holidays, but this is beautiful. I'm not opposed to it, but I don't typically do it. But I think these are gorgeous. I mean, just look at that. Just that one alone. Right? You can work with that. And you don't have to do a lot to it. It's beautiful. Well done, Whimsy. Here is another buka. Oh gosh, this is 2 more of the Nevermore in this pack. See, I go back for ones that I like. Let me kind of rearrange my situation here. Okay, this one is Crafter's Companion. This is 6x6, but it's all vellum. And I have shared this before in a haul video, but I'll just do a quick flip through. Again, these are AI generated, and when I first got this, I didn't even know what that meant. But they're fun, and they are vellum. So they're pretty cool. And again, that's Crafter's Companion. Halloween. Simply called Halloween. All right, this one is Authentique, and I've shared this one recently as well. Nightfall. Don't know who the artist is. I don't know if it matters in this context. 12 designer patterns, double-sided papers. So we'll do a quick flip. Love that vintage vibe, but that's kind of what Authentique does, right? Little cut aparts. Those are cool. This one is from Prima. This one was gifted to me just recently. I think it was from Miss Mindy. So these are fun. Again, that vintage vibe, kind of a different vintage vibe, kind of a mod vintage, retro, whatever. Those are fun. Very different, but very fun. This one is My Mind's Eye. This is old. I have very little of this left, and I'm afraid to get rid of it because I can't find it anywhere else. My Mind's Eye. Do I even have the cover anymore? Because this is the back side. But that's basically all the papers that are in the pack, or that were. I will often use the cover sheets like that. If I'm really struggling to get rid of it, I'll use that. because it's usable paper. I mean, this is actually one of the papers that was in there, and then this one, all of them. So I have made many, many projects with this paper over the years. This may have been my first Halloween pack, to be honest. But this one was right there too. This is actually more of a Scandi fall kind of situation. From My Mind's Eye, Gnome Sweet Gnome. This is when gnomes were a little more traditional Scandinavian gnomes versus the Americanized ones that we have. These are still Americanized, don't get me wrong, but they still had a bit of a Scandi vibe, which is actually why I got this paper pad. This was when I started recognizing what that meant, what Scandinavian art is, what Scandinavian folk art is, that kind of thing. And of course, different cultures, even within Scandinavia, they have different things that comprise what their art is like. So that one, Gnome Sweet Gnome. This one is from Honeybee. This is one that just lends itself to fall. I think it was released in the fall. It's a different take on a fall colorway. But again, I've made some fun things with it over the years. It's not specifically fall, but definitely leans that way in my opinion. It may not in yours. And I don't know the name of it. I'm not sure what happened to the cover sheets, but they are gone. Gone forever. This one is from My Favorite Things. It is called Just Delightful. No, I'm lying. That's like their tagline. Just delightful color, clear stamps and dynamics dies. This is called Spooky Season. And those are the patterns. So I'm not going to flip through this because you can see the patterns. And these are a more realistic size. Not exactly, but much closer than some of the others that we've seen. And I appreciate that. Anna White does that on her Sweet Miss Daisy pattern paper packs as well. She keeps the patterns real size or sized genuinely so you know what you're getting. This one is a variety. No, it's not. I thought it was a variety of different things. I just have it in there upside down in it. I don't know. I got this one from Tuesday morning, so we know how long that's been, right? And these are all my scripts and scraps that I can't bring myself to get rid of. And I will use them. There's no need to get rid of them. I will use them, but I have no idea the company or the designer. But that one is more with the fall vibe than Halloween. This one was from Create and Inspire. I don't know if you guys were familiar with that. That was Courtney's company. So Happy Haunts 24 double-sided 6x6 prints. So pause and zoom in. You can see them all. These were really fun. They were mirror images basically. So black on white, white on black, that kind of thing. These were fun. I miss my Courtney. I miss my Courtney. All right, and then these are just black and white. They are from MFT as well. Not specific to Halloween or fall, but that's when I tend to use them. So again, you can see the different plaid patterns there. These are fun. This one is from Impression Obsession. This was designed by Dina Cowell. These are beautiful. These were from last year. They're called Fall Damask. And again, pause and zoom in, but these are so very pretty, especially for fall. If you're a fall person versus Halloween, you would probably really like this pack. Beautiful full-on imagery, damask, stripes, variety of different colorways. Love it, love it, love it. Well done on this one, Dina. Well done, my dear. All right, this one I'm not going to flip through because we just looked at it the other day. This is the Halloween book by Mente Papers. I fussy cut a bunch of these out, and I love that they have them in real size, even though it can be kind of hard to tell what's what. The fact that everything is real size makes my heart happy. Very fun. All right, and then I have some backdrops. These are Tim Holtz. These are from years gone by, but they were definitely from Halloween, from a Halloween pack. Those are fun. These were also from, no, were these from Create and Inspire, or were these from a different company? I think these may have been from a different company, and I will know it when I see the stamps. Yeah. Oh, you know what? These are from this company, Raisin Boat. So I'll get to those later, but these are from that company. These are from Temu. They're also AI generated. Very, very creepy if you're not into skulls and creepy things and skeletons, and they've got a very creepy vibe, but I love them. And again, I did these in a haul video when I did a Temu Halloween haul. And yeah, so you can see them in more detail there if you want to. And I had mentioned some slimline papers from Whimsy, so I also have these. This is 2 of this one. I think I've had 3 over the years, if I'm not mistaken, and they are not open, and I don't want to open it because of time and the crinkle. So I'm hoping that you can pause and zoom in and see all the different patterns there, all the different designs, because these are beautiful. And I have 2 of them. Again, it's called Nightmares. This one, I don't know if I have a cover sheet to know what it's called. Oh, it's in there. Hang on. They did a series of ATC products a couple years ago, and this was a result of that. This one is called Surreally Cool Halloween. So these are surreally cool. Look at him and him. So this is, and her. Love that one. And then this is actually a different pack. I can't remember what this one was called, but they're all ATCs. And that's what I started to say. They did an ATC situation a while ago. Is that different? Nope, I'm lying. They are part of this pack. I thought they were separate. Sorry. I don't mean to cause confusion. But you can see the ones with ATCs. And I actually used that one. It was the girl in the red dress. I don't know where she is in here. But anyway, that's what was there. And I cut her out and I used her on a card. So those are the slimline ones from Whimsy. And what I actually mentioned when I was talking about slimline was the toner fronts. And here they are. So you can see there's spiders, there's tossed geckos, there's kind of a tossed ghosty, and then this cemetery scene. So those are really fun too. And again, they work well with foil. They really do. All right, and then moving on to Tim Holtz again. These are his sparkly, I don't know what they're called. Does it tell me? Craft stock. But these have a specific name because they have this sparkle in them. The sparkle is not on them. The sparkle is actually in them. And these fall vibes, these fall plaids are so fun. I really enjoy these. And have made many things with them. And a pack of this goes a long way, y'all. I'm telling you. And then here's some more backdrops from a couple years. So I'm not going to flip through all of them. There's that one. Pause and zoom in. Trying to be respectful of your time. Lots of good ones on there. And then this one I think might be the same, and I did not keep the pack. But yeah, I think it's the same. I can't remember if he said he made changes from 24 to 25 or not. Alrighty, and then I have this 8x8 pad. This is from Graphic 45. This is Charmed. I also had some ephemera for this one as well. So I think I may have shown that last week, but these are the different designs in there. So I like that there are some larger images and then some smaller images, and it all just coordinates so nicely. But it's Graphic 45, so that's what we expect, right? And then I have some printed tissue paper. Now I'm not going to pull these out because it will be a nightmare. But you can see this one has kind of a weird, creepy vibe, but they all kind of do. This one is, or these are, both of these that I have out here are from Paper Artsy. So again, if you wanna see them, you can hop over to Paper Artsy and you can look at them. This one is by Allison Bomber. This one is, it just says Hot Picks. But Paper Artsy is a French company. If you're not familiar with them, they do a lot in the mixed media world. So I really like those. Those are fun. And then I picked up these from Joggles. And I also have some others in here that I picked up from ASC Crafts, but they are, I think it's ITD collection, and I've liked those. But these are creepy, creepy, creepy. I will be making ATCs out of these, at least some of them. I know that I shared them with our little ATC swap group, but I don't think I've shared them with you guys at all. So that's why I'm doing the flip through. Creepy, right? All right, and then these others that I picked up from, is it ASC or ACS? I always get it wrong. But these are papers from, again, I don't know if it's ITD or LTD collections. I think it's I. But these lend themselves towards Halloween, in my opinion. But they aren't specific to Halloween. They're just beautiful modeled backgrounds. And I love them. And then I also have these two. These were gifted to me by Tina, Crafty Bean. These are from Itsy Bitsy. This says littlebirdcrafts.com. Decoupage Papers Melody. This one is Touch of Nature. So again, they are not specific for Halloween, but they have that kind of creepy, vintage, distressed vibe to me, and I think that they would go very well in a Halloween setting. So all right, so there's those. Give me just a minute and I'll be back with my larger papers. Okay, we are at about 30-ish minutes, so I'm just going to go through these quickly. You guys have seen this one before. Clearly I've used it many times, but it's a great, great Halloween paper book. I got this off of Amazon. And I keep saying that I want to frame that guy. That's like that was the inside of the front cover. But I don't get rid of this paper. I absolutely love it. And those are the patterns that are in it. There's these different ones that have strips and borders and things. Lots and lots of fun. Double-sided, same on each side. Lots and lots of fun. So there is that. I'll set that one over here. Whoop. And then I have this one that I picked up from Michael's this year. No, this one was last year. This one was last year. So we'll do a quick flip through in case you didn't see it. Very basic. And it's obviously more white than cream or the vintagey vibe, but I still love it. It's very fun. And if you want to grub it up, you can grub it up. Just grab you some sprays, which is very thin paper, right? This is layering weight. It's not heavy duty. It's not mixed media or watercolor, but you can still add mediums to it to grub it up some, even if you're just doing ink blending. So this one is a lot of fun. Some good patterns in there. Some different ones. And I think over time it gets hard for companies to do something different. Even if different isn't my vibe, I appreciate them trying different things, like the whole Pasteloween and Pinkoween, and some of the different stuff that we saw for Summerween this year was kind of weird, but I'm not mad about it because I appreciate them doing different things and kind of bringing different people into the fold, if you will. Now this one I've had for quite some time. This is called the Midnight Chic Stack from Die Cuts with a View, DCWV. And again, not specific to Halloween. I use black and white and gray, that whole grayscale family. I use it all the time, but I find that I use it more during this time of year. So just a quick flip, and it has so many different patterns in here. Loads and loads of fun. I believe those are all the, well, even up here, the patterns that are in this book. That's a pretty good representation. Now, this one is from Park Lane. I got it obviously from Joann's before they went out of business. Again, black and white, and I don't think I've cracked it since I brought it home. So let's do a quick flip. Ooh, can you see that texture? Ooh, tone on tone. All right, this one might have to stay out while I play with it. So definitely not Halloween in the cut aparts, right? But still. Oh my gosh, yep, y'all. I can't. Love the tone on tone ones. Those are so good. Gosh. If y'all have this, let me know, because I don't think I even remembered that I had it. And then I have this one that's Park Lane, and again, it just has kind of a country fall vibe to me. But I think it was in the spring actually when this one was released, but it just has that very sweet country vibe, but to me it has a fall feel. Obviously strawberries are not fall, right? So I'm not fooling anybody, but again, everything just depends on how you use it, what you pair it with. Very fun. Loving that. Now this one is very much fall. It's from a couple years ago, Autumn Blaze. I've seen many people use this since I got it, and it makes my heart happy to see people using it. And there are beautiful, beautiful designs in here. So if you've not seen it, we'll do a quick flip. I hope that gold isn't blinding you. And they also had this in a 6x6, so much more usable size in that. But if you were a scrapbooker, that's your page right there. Look at that. These are so good. The skeleton leaves. Love, love, love. And again, even though it has some fall motifs and fall colors, it does not have to be used for fall in the same way that you can use spring ones for fall when it's not intended in that way, right? So this one, I'm sure many of you have this in your stash. And I don't think this is all of it. This one's called Tattered and Worn Paper Studio. I think it's Hobby Lobby, if I'm not mistaken. And there's nothing specifically Halloween about this, but again, when I see things that have that damask vibe or that distressed wallpaper look, to me, that, I don't know, it just works in a Halloween setting in my brain. So love those muted colors. They're just all so good. So the whole rainbow there, guys. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And then finally I have this one. It's called Circuses. This is from Michael's and Recollections as well. And again, I've said before, I like to use wood grain and brick and that kind of thing in my fall and Halloween designing. So, but they can be used in whatever designing you want them to be used. And even though that's kind of burlappy, doesn't necessarily make it Halloween or fall. That's just where I go, and I think you guys know that by now, so I can probably stop saying it. But in case there's someone new and you just don't know and you're looking like, this isn't fall or Halloween, in my brain, it reads that way. So I'm going to keep going a little bit longer. I want to show you guys my dies, if that's okay, because the next one is going to be all stamps and it's going to be a lot. So I'm just going to go ahead and jump on in. And I try not to belabor anything too long, but here we go. This one is probably my favorite bat die ever in my life. This is from Temu, actually, and I just bought it because I did not find anything else like this in the market anywhere, and I love it. This was gifted to me by Tina over at Crafty Bean. It's a Gina Marie die set with a kind of a creepy message in a bottle situation. I'm trying to flip this over so you can see the spider and the centipede. Gross. Just gross. That'd make a fun shaker. This is not Halloween at all. It's just in there. This trick or treat die is new to my stash. And then these little ghosties are as well. I've used them on a card recently. And then I have this sunflower die, which isn't specific to Halloween or fall, but to me it's fall, not Halloween, but fall. And then I have these that are along the thankful and grateful line, right? When you're thinking of Thanksgiving cards, which is Halloween, you can see what the die looks like when it's die cut out. Let me move these off to the side. Now these, I think, I can't remember if these were gifted to me by Tina or exactly how I got them, but they are basically flag banners, pennants for Dia de los Muertos garland. So in case you missed that, I'm going to go ahead and pull it out there. That one says Halloween, obviously, sugar skull. One of the pennants with a sugar skull. This one says Happy Halloween. Gosh. And that, of course, is a frame with a spider and a crow. And then there's these individual dies with a bat and a moon and the ghost and individual spider. So give me just a sec. I'll put these away. All right. And then I have this one. I don't even remember where this came from, but I want to say it was Tina at Crafty Bean. So somewhere I have a card I made of, because it's basically A2 size, and I made a shaped skull card with it, because it gives you the detail die, but it also gives you the outline die. So that was really fun. And then I tend to use these as fall. Again, a wreath is any time of year. It's not specific, but that's when I use it. Then I have these two leaf die sets from Tim Holtz. I've used this one. I've not used this one yet, but I have plans for it. And then I have this one, the colorized little jackal man. What is he called? Layered jack-o'-lantern. And by the way, this one is leaf fragments and artsy leaves. Leaf fragments, artsy leaves, layered jack-o'-lantern. And I have used this one several times this year. So here is another wreath. This one is specifically for fall. Can I read what it's called? Can I not read what it's called? Did I cut off what it's called? I cut it off. My bad, sorry. Sorry, I don't have it. All right, and then I have a bunch of different whimsy dies. So this is a hag witch die, and then she's got her cats. And then this is more of a pretty witch die and her cats. And this is a murder of crows. This is the jack-o'-lantern. It's a big pumpkin with the little jack-o'-lanterns that it cuts out, and those are so cute. And then this one is like the Reaper, and he's chasing people. No. So I feel like I'm missing some here. I think there should be more in there. There's the Reaper. There's the mummy, there's the witch, and I think there's something else. I might be missing that. And then this is Victims Running. I don't know what it's called. Running Scared. And they have lanterns and whatnot. And apparently I missed that lantern. But these are really fun. They make for very fun scenes. And you can use them in any context. I'll have to look and see if I'm missing anything there, but I feel like I am. The only things I have in there are the witch and the mummy. Alright, that's a handful of my whimsy ones, but oh, I'm not done. So here they have the keyhole, and they have several different keys. And this isn't specific to Halloween, but it was released with a Halloween release, and that is how I've used it. This one is Enchanted Forest. Again, doesn't have to be Halloween, but that's how I use it. This one is called, I think it's Leaf or Bat Reveals. I was going to say Leaf Reveals, and I don't know why. But these are really cool because they have these bat designs, and then the rest of this could be like your corner of your cardstock. So if you did this in like it would come like that, right? So you could have it come from this direction. So it would die cut your whole, whatever this corner is, and then over here is going to be the rest of your card. So whatever, or you could have it coming this way, or you could just use the individual bats. So same with this one. I've seen people use them, you know, on a slimline card, have one down here and one up here. You can use them however you wish, but they're really fun. And then there's a couple of those to create some more individual bats. So that's a fun one. And then I have this one. This is more of a pirate. It's called Treasure Map. So it gives you this treasure map decal kind of worn paper look, but you also get this fun skeleton. And he's a hot mess. And he comes in a bazillion pieces. But once you get him put together, it's really, really cool. And then this one is called Wild Weeds. They are just weed dies. And again, they don't have to be weeds. Like, you can color them up like they're pretty, but they're intended to be kind of creepy for Halloween projects. Wild Weeds. This one is the Primitive Candy Corn. I love this one. Has all kinds of fun stuff in there. There's like little scars and buttons and little facial pieces, little patches. Yeah, they're a good time. They are fun. And then this one is kind of a reveal die set as well. They're two ghosties. They can go on your corners. They're really fun. Pop in from the top. You know, pop in like that or like that. Or you can have them peeking in through an orifice, however you want to use them. But they're just super cute. Alright, and then this guy I love. I've only used him once or twice though. But look how creepy he is. This one's called Halloween Scarecrow Die, and he is very scary to me. And this says Halloween, but he's really good too. And then not specifically Halloween, it's trees, but again, you know, when you're trying to make it like a creepy outdoor scene, you need some trees, you need some other elements, so I use those a lot. And then again, a window, not necessarily creepy, but I use it to create like a scene, like someone's looking in or out of the window. And then this one is creepy. Scary Night word die and set. So Scary Night, and then it has like the slime. This is the slime for the word night. This is the slime for the scary, or it could be blood, or it could be whatever you want it to be. Let me see, I have many more from Whimsy. This one is called Build a Graveyard, and there's different sizes of tombstones, different shapes, and you can, you know, put one inside the other and make shakers. You know, they fit together beautifully for that kind of thing. And then there's different sizes of the spooky cat, there's different sizes of the gate, there's fence posts, there's some skulls, there's bats. Yeah, they're fun. Fun. I have made shaker cards or shaker tags with these, And this is probably one of my most used sets from Whimsy. This would make a fun place setting. There's some more bats, just a variety of different sizes. They're in flight, so their wings are in different positions. And there's also the eyeballs. I rarely use the eyeballs, but you have the option. It's called Batty. This one is the Thorny frame. Very spooky to me. This one, again, is not specific, but it is the primitive shaker shapes. But again, you know how I feel about prim stuff. It has that Halloween fall vibe to me. And then this one is called Dracula's Coffin. There's obviously coffin and tombstones. There's two sizes of skulls. This one has the crossbones as part of the die. This one has the crossbones separate. And that's a beautiful bat die. There's those. And then there's many thanks. Thank you again for Thanksgiving. And I have one that says autumn. I'm just not sure where it is. Oh, right there, autumn. And that's a beautiful die. It has the word die and the outline. Those are all Christmas, so we won't look at those. We'll pretend we didn't see those. We're not doing Christmas yet. And then there's this. This was released last year. This is called Jack-o'-lanterns border die. That's really cool. I've used it a couple times. It's fun, fun, fun. All right, and then we have this one. This has many, many uses. It's nested webs, but you can also use it. They have a lot of comic book designs, whether they're stamps or whatever, but you can definitely use it in that regard. This one is called Boo die set. There's different ghosties. These are really fun, cut out of vellum. And then, of course, there's the word die, and I like the little spirals in the middle. This is also a well-loved set, as is this one, the Build a Pumpkin Patch. These are really fun. Made garlands with these and cards and all kinds of things. So you've got the large pumpkin, you've got some smaller ones, and then you've got the tiny ones. And the same with the leaves. Got some tiny leaf dies and then these more mid-size. They're a lot of fun. All right, and then we have this one. I can't remember what it's called, but it's basically a bookmark, but look, it's in the shape of a large tombstone. And you can layer them. So this can be like the base, and you can layer it, or these can just be sentiment dies. And of course you can layer these two for the top as well. And then there's another skull and crossbones. There's a rest in peace. What is this guy? Oh. So that looks like it would kind of depress the rest in peace into it. So if you used these. So this is the outline die, and then this, you could, oh, so that looks like it presses in as well, as would the rest in peace. So you could press this into your paper and get that imprint, and then die cut it with this. Obviously it's going to go this way. And then you can layer it there. That's really cool. I've not used this ever. I need to, but I have not yet. But that's fun. I know Tammy Bastian's did. I think it was last year. It may have been this, but I feel like it was last year. This one is also well and highly used. This is the spiders and webs. These are those creepiest spiders I was telling you all about when I made the glow-in-the-dark shaker cards not long ago. These are those dies. They're just oof, 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 oof. And the spider webs are legit too. So spiders and webs, Whimsy stamps. If you're looking for a realistic, super creepy spiders and webs die set, they've got you covered. And then this one is Quick Strips 2. I guess it's specific to Halloween. It was part of their Halloween release, but I mean, yes, that's intended to be like slime or ooze or blood or whatever the case may be, but you can use them whatever context. It can be syrup, it can be drippy ice cream, you know what I mean? And they have the larger ones and the smaller ones. So those are fun. And then again, not specific to Halloween, but part of a Halloween release. This one is Chunky Checkers die set, and I have had some fun with this one. I really have. There aren't any that I've used that I haven't had fun with, guys, to be fair. Now, I've not used this, and I actually have 2 of them. This is called Howling Nights. And so there's the moon, obviously. There's the werewolf. There's a cemetery scene. Let me pull it out. So there's the werewolf, and there's the regular wolf. This is a cliff. This is some grass. There's another wolf there. This is, oh, this is a creepy tree. You get lots of different options in this, and I don't know why I haven't used it yet. I need to use it. That moon is really cool because it die cuts the circle, but it impresses the pattern. So that's a really cool option. I like that Lindsay's done that. Trying to get it in there. Doesn't want to cooperate. I'm sure it's operator error. Okay, and then I have this burlap piece from Honeybee. This is old. I don't know how old, but again, it's fabric. I tend to use this kind of thing for this kind of project. And then I have this set from Lawn Fawn. This fence slash gate. It's called Spooky Gate. That's relatively new to my stash. These are as well. I can't remember if I ordered these off of Amazon. I feel like I did, but they also may have been gifted to me from Tina. That whole thing transpired at the same time. But like that's slimline size if you use them together. Otherwise, it's A2 size. All right, and then I have this one. It is called Boo Brew Die Set. That one is really fun. I've had a good time with that one. This one I haven't used yet. It is called Harvest Candy and Floral Pumpkin Bucket. I don't know where the floral pieces are. Maybe there's a stamp set to coordinate, or maybe there's another. I don't know. But obviously there's candy, and then you can leave it as just a pumpkin or a Jacko. And then this one is Stamps and Dies. It has the word dies as well as the outline die, and then there's a small set of stamps in there as well. This one is these fun little skeletons that I shared not long ago, about the same time that I got these houses that aren't necessarily spooky, but again, depending on how you use them. And then these houses that can be spooky, but they can also just be kind of wonky. So that one's a spider web, right? So that one's more spooky. But that doesn't necessarily have to be, because these spider web windows are legit. And they're not necessarily on a haunted house. But see, they're just kind of wonky little places. So I think those are fun. And to me, they're Halloween, but again, they can be used all year, just depending on your context. All right, moving on. I have this Lovely Layers Crow from Honeybee. I've used it a couple times. Really love it. I love me a crow of any sort. I think that's really cool. And then I shared this recently. This is it's an A2 card background die. What are those called? Y'all tell me in the comments what those are called. I'm drawing a blank. But here's another one. This one is Haunted Trees. Well, they're not haunted. They're winter trees, right? They can be haunted. They can be spooky. They can be winter. It can be whatever you want them to be. This one is from Recollections. This is this year. That kind of gothic window and a spooky tree, and there's another raven there, and there's a bat. So these are the options that you get with this set. All right, and this one is from Hello Bluebird. It's a tree and a ghosty and a couple jackos and a cat and some leaves. And I don't know what it's called, but it's super cute, and I've used it a lot. This one is from Brutus Monroe many, many moons ago, and I've used it a time or two. I need to use it more. This one again is MFT. Those are fun, sweet little fall leaves. But again, these are called bitty fall leaves. Leaves can be used all year long. This is another mum. I feel like I've shared a mum already, or maybe it was just in my head as I've looked through things. But mums are fall to me, so there's that. Oh my gourd, love that. One of my favorite things from last stamp timber. And then this sunflower stem. Again, sunflowers aren't specific to fall, but that's, I think, kind of when they get harvested, you know. And then this layered pumpkin die set from Simon. And I also have the etched oak leaves and the buckeye leaf, and I've used these many, many times. Love them a lot. And then I have this acorn trio, as well as this. This is a sassy witch hat. I've not got that stored in here, but that kind of creeped me out there for a second. I don't know what those are. I don't know what those are. Is it supposed to be maybe the bow on her hat? Oh, maybe so. No, because that's the bow. I don't know. I'll have to die cut them out and see. But that is the sassy witch hat. And I've seen Amy R. more than anyone else use this die. So if you want to see it used, check out Amy R. and just search sassy witch hat and see what you get. All right, and then I have these cute little shabby chic Halloween dolls by Creative Expressions. They are designed by Sam Poole. And I went on a bit of a binge and I die cut a million pieces a while ago. Then I have this die as well with some spiders and a web. Those are very fun. And then these are both new to me. I think these were gifted to me by Tina, but I can't recall. Tina, I'm so sorry. My brain is not working the way I want it to. Scrap Diva. Both of these are Scrap Diva from last year. I have not used them, obviously. This is huge. This is huge. I'll have to watch some videos and see how these are used, and then I need to put them to use. But this is a Halloween pocket tag die. So you can see where the tag pieces would be on all of these, right? And then you can also see that this folds over. This part folds up and in, and that's how you adhere this. And then you've got a little pocket. And you've got the coffin and the Black Widow, and then this says Trick or Treat. So that's really fun. I need to use it. Then I have, this is Halloween wreath add-ons, and this is the Build-A-Wreath, and this is the Halloween add-on. So those are very, very fun. And then this one is the plaid A7 cover plate. This had at least 2 layers. I only ever bought this layer, and that's all I've ever needed, and I love it. This is the big old 5x7 die that I used to make my glow-in-the-dark shaker cards a couple weeks ago, the spiders included. Again, by Creative Expressions. Sue Wilson is the designer. And then I have these from scrapbook.com. I have the coffins, I have the ghosts, and I have the pumpkins. So I have all 3. I made a garland with the pumpkins not long ago. I feel like I used these ghosts on something as well, and I have a plan for those. So, and then this is relatively new to my stash. This was from Amazon this summer. I've made a big rosette with this. It's actually in my kitchen on my coffee bar, sticking out of a cup. But this is really fun with the little ghosties on the edge. And I love that it's scored for you already. You just need, depending on the size of the rosette that you want, you can trim it down so it's not quite so big. But yeah, KS Crafts, really, really love that. This I got last year. Have a bunch of pieces die cut. Slimline Skelly standalone die from Trinity Stamps. How I never had him before I got him, I don't know, but I need to use him too. And then for my last die, and this is more fall themed, but again, Honeybee, it's the coffee cup card die set. And you can see again, I went on a bit of a binge and I've die cut a million different things in here. Pattern papers, gel prints, different things that I've used. So I am going to stop there. Those are all my papers. Those are all my dies. Other than stamps, I have some more red rubber. I have some clear photopolymer, and then I have a bunch of background stamps as well. So that will be in the next video, because it's a bigger stash than I ever thought that I had. So I thank you guys for spending this time with me. Tell me your thoughts. Does anybody else have the same problem that I have that I didn't even know that I had? Let me know downstairs in the comments, guys. Thanks for spending this time with me. Thanks for wanting me to do this, because you've revealed to me a problem that needs to be addressed. So thanks, guys, for your love and support. And until next time, mwah. This is Nancy, the Handy Scandy, and I'm out.